Model number four, exercise for sales professionals. How do you design an exercise that's going to keep you healthy, active, flexible, strong, and fast, right? So, listen, don't complicate your workout. All you need, hear me out, all you need is 30 to 40 minutes per day. And that's it. So if you don't have 30 to 40 minutes per day, my friend, if you don't have that time for yourself, you don't have a life. So don't give me this jazz saying that I don't have time for it. You always have time. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'll give you a little mindset shift. Okay. You are not a badass. If most of us, we have this, I don't know, preconceived notion saying that, you know what, I'm a badass, I'm a tough guy, I'm a this, I'm that. Really, really. It's not really about when you have the luxury of time, you can go hit the gym or you can work out for like, you can take your time, you can work out and you can do your stuff. Anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. But let me tell you something. You know what really makes you a badass? Your loved one is admitted to the hospital. You've got to spend your entire night over there looking after them. And you wake up in the morning, you've got to come home, you've got to cook. And then you hit the gym or you finish your workout. And then you go to the hospital, give the food, look after them for some more time, and then you go to work. That makes you badass. Okay? That is badass. Was that a shift that happened in your mind? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So I want you to prioritize exercise on the top level. And this is important because once you make that as a habit, your automated behavior, then you are not looking for it. I have seen people saying, like, I don't have motivation to do it. I start all the time. I start every year. I start, at the start of the new year, I do it. But eventually it just wears off. The willpower wears off. The motivation wears off. That hunger, it just wears off. And that's why we set the goal. We set the goal powerful, but it's not just about setting the goal, but you need to fuel that goal every single day. And that's how your goal becomes potent. Okay. So, how are you going to design your exercise? So, exercise basically, you need to have three things, just very basic. Don't complicate it. Okay. So, first of all, before going to, building a body, building a good physique, you need to look after your health. That is a fundamental. You need to get back your health. If you think you're not healthy, or if you see yourself as not a healthy person, right, then you need to get your health back. That's your first step. How do you do that? Go to check the report and you know what are the things that you need to work on, right? The cholesterol you need to work on. I mean, diabetes, pre-diabetes, or type 2 diabetes, you need to work on that, right? Or the vitamin D, work on that. Glucose levels, work on that. You need to work on that, okay? So these are the first ones, all right? And then once you get these things back, then you can build a better body, a better physique. That is the next step. That's not a priority. What is a priority? These ones that I spoke about. So how do you do an exercise? Why is exercise very important? Because like I said, in most of the Indian food, the diet, Indian staple diet, we've got a shitload of glucose. Glucose is nothing but the sugar. Okay. You can't say I'm not drinking coffee, I'm not eating any junk food, or I'm not eating any sugary dessert, and I still have the pre-diabetes. So the diabetes is actually caused because of either it's genetics or it's a lifestyle. Mostly it is lifestyle. And that is caused because if you're eating like so much of rice and if you're just going to bed, the rice contains not fat, but it contains sugar. And there's so much of sugar, that is a hormone called as insulin, that is going to mess with your body. And then there's an insulin drop. That means the hormone that's actually dropping. If you eat this at the afternoon, if you're getting a power nap temptation, I want to take a power nap. I'm feeling a little sleepy, I'm feeling a little lazy, I'm feeling a little tired. Immediately after the food, if you're facing this is nothing but what is it? Insulin drop. That's a drop happening. So when the drop is happening, you feel a little tired. Okay. So why do you need this exercise? Salt and sugar. Think about this. The salt actually goes out by the human fluid, right? By crying, your sweat, urine, all of these ways, the salt actually gets out. But for sugar, how does the sugar gets out? How? You've got to move. You've got to move the physical activity. You see that, right? I'm talking right? I'm moving my hands. Where is this energy coming from? This energy is actually coming from the sugar, the glucose. Okay. Now, if I'm not moving, all I'm doing is eating and I'm just being here, what happens? My liver takes a hit. My insulin takes a hit. My blood sugar levels is through the roof. This is what happens. So you need to perform exercise. So that's just the fundamental that I want to give you. You need to work out every single goddamn day. No questions, no excuses. Okay. Now, how do you design a workout? What is the best exercise for you to perform the best at your work, especially for a sales professional, right? Every time you've got to have these three things in your exercise, everyday exercise. A flexibility schedule so that your entire body is flexible, your joints are protected, elbow, shoulder, knee, joints are protected. And then you've got to have the cardio, that's an endurance exercise for clearing up your blood work. I mean, clearing up your blood, unnecessary cholesterol, easy for your heart is getting better, all of this endurance. So flexibility, endurance, and the last but not the least is the strength. Okay, strength is for you to build the strength, for you to build the muscles, for you to build the strength. Okay, so you got it. So you need to have these three in your workout. The challenge that most people face is I don't know how to work out. Like I just move. I watch YouTube video or I just move. The hiring personal trainer. Hiring personal trainer is not a problem at all. But the problem is if the personal trainer himself is not fit and you're going to take his advice, what's going to happen? Are you getting it? So my advice is all you need is strength, endurance, and flexibility. If you're going to work on this, and of course, this can be incorporated within 40-45 minutes. Okay. So every day you've got to make a habit that you are going to take all of this in your everyday basis. You can do for 6 days, 5 to 6 days, aim for 6 days, and one day take off. Off meaning just go for a walk or something. Perfect. And by the way, walking is actually underrated. People thinking that I can't do anything with walking. Walking is just like, no. Walking is powerful. Walking is very powerful. Okay. So when you incorporate these, it's going to give you a good amount of activity. So how is this going to help you in your work? In the initial stages, you might not be able to see massive improvement. But as you make this as your behavior, as you make this as your instinct, it's a part of you, right? You can apply that philosophy at work. You can apply that philosophy anywhere because transforming a body and getting back your health, it's not an easy job. It requires work. And when you do that, there is so much of mental clarity that happens and that you will be able to see it on an everyday basis at your work. The decisions that you're going to take, you're able to see through the things, the situations with so much clarity. You are going to be a fast thinker, a wise decision maker. Okay. And most importantly, there's a very less chance for you to burn out. You can keep going like a fucking animal. You can keep going. And that's the power that I'm talking about. And most people don't know this. Either they don't know this or they don't do this. Okay. So if you're not having that vibrant confidence, especially at your work, your performance will suffer. Yeah. That's why I'm saying that at work, every day, you've got to have an attack mentality. 99% of the people don't have this or they don't know this. I mean, most likely they don't know this. Okay, so if you have an attack mentality, things are going to be way different than the rest of them. And that's how you stand out, my friend. Okay, so that's the power that I'm talking about. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.